Welcome, welcome. Oh my goodness. Oh, I have the fan on. It got hot up in here. Let me know if you can hear me and see me okay, and that I'm coming in clear. How is everyone doing? Good to see you. Hopefully you have your drink or snack of choice. I sure do. Goblet of iced wine. Rosé. Hello, hello. Hi, Alec. Oh, so good to see you. Hello, hello. Welcome. Thank you so much for all your support. I really appreciate it. So happy to have you here. Oh my goodness. Hi, Rowan. Yay, I'm so glad. Yay, yay, yay. So happy you are all here. Hello, Joe, another Patreon. Hi, guys. I am so excited to see everybody. It's Saturday. That means it's almost my weekend. Yay. How's everybody's last little bit of their week been? What have you been up to? Joe, hopefully everything worked out. I've been thinking good thoughts. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, decided to straighten it. Oh, thank you, Rowan. I really appreciate that. And thank you so much for modding. Like, love you to death for that. That's amazing. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. All this love. I can't take it. I'm getting a little up in here. I have the show The New Girl, her little intro song stuck in my head because I started watching that again, and it won't leave. I've even been singing it to the dogs, so, you know, they're getting sick of me anyway. They're like, Mom. I sing to them all the time. We make up really ridiculous songs for them. So they have routines, and especially their night routine. They get like the teeth cleaning bones, and then afterwards we have to rush them to bed to go up to bed. Otherwise they'll just hang out. One dog wants to go to bed right away. He's on a routine. The other dog, he's like, I'm fine right here. We're all good. So we sing them a little song and we do clapping. It's ridiculous. They're toddlers. So they know once we start getting the song out. Oh, I'm so glad, Joe. Yeah, it's straight, Ashley. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't realize how long it got because I never really straightened it. And I need a haircut so bad right now. The split ends are awful. So yeah, I'm going to be messing with it a lot. I'm probably going to end up putting it up because it is a little hot in here still. But like, it's like a weird textile thing where I'm just like playing with it. So if it bugs you, I'm so sorry. I'm not used to it being straight. New Girl in Witchcraft, right? Like, I would love to see it. Yay, Yanni Lee, hi, good to see you. You are perfectly early, actually. We are going to be sitting here for like another less than 10 minutes, just letting everyone filter in and talk and say hi. I'm usually, for those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Natasha. There will be a timestamp in the description box below that you can skip to the time when we unbox the video. That way you don't have to sit through all of this if you would like. And then afterwards we'll hang out for a bit and chit chat and see what's good. So you don't have to stick around for that either. I just want you guys to find what you're looking for and help you out with any way possible. So yeah, everything will be down in the description box below. Links where you can purchase. I'm not affiliated. I'm not sponsored. Just want to give credit where credit is due. So those are not affiliated links. So, you know, if you use them, you use them. If not, they're there. So yeah, everything you can find down in the description box below. And I think that's it. Yeah, I usually go on a little bit early if you're new, just to make sure there are no technical difficulties, because it has happened before where the internet kind of shorts out or my phone kind of goes wonky. You name it, it happens. So that way it gives me time to regroup and adjust. So yeah, that's about it. All right, I'm gonna catch up on some comments. Is there some sort of energy shift going on? You know, I've been wondering the same thing, because like it feels a lot different, doesn't it? And I don't know if it's this new moon that came in, but honestly, I'm feeling more positive and more like upbeat, and things are feeling good. So I'm wondering if it's just the changing of the signs. So we're in Leo now, which is very happy and confident and bold and robust. So maybe that's it. Are you feeling icky, or are you feeling like a negative thing going on? Because I haven't really felt anything, but I have felt a change in like good positivity, because the last couple months weren't good for me. It was a rough go for a while there. The hair coloring glasses company should reach out. Oh, so I'm going to try to look into getting sponsored or being affiliated with this glasses company, because I am super impressed. It was the easiest ordering process. The selection is funky and it's fun, and it's so ridiculously cheap, like ridiculously cheap. I have never paid that price, that low of a price for a pair of glasses, and I've been wearing glasses for eons. So when I found a lot of different people around, just walking around, I would go up, because I'm that person, say, oh my God, I really love your glasses. Where did you get them? And oh, online on this website. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to get on that website. So, and then, you know, finally just got my prescription filled again, got a new prescription, and realized that my eyes got worse. So, you know, such as happens. And so I was really excited to start finding a pair. So the one that I wore in the last live was the one that I've been wanting forever. And it comes in black. So I'm going to try to purchase that one soon. I love having different pairs of glasses. It's something that I've always wanted to have. Whenever I feel like being a certain, you know, way or style, or, you know, do trendy things, I always wanted to wear different glasses, but it was super not affordable to do so. So I think at most in my life, I had two pairs at one time, and I got them from Costco, and they were having a buy one, get one half off sale. And that was like, that was my tax return that year. And that was like, oh God, I'm dating myself, but early 2000s. Yeah, so to get a pair of glasses for under $30 before shipping was ridiculous. That's unheard of. So my husband and I were sitting there looking through, and we like ordered ourselves each like 4 pairs. We're like, this is insane. So yeah, long story short, I want to try to see, because they do have an affiliate program, but I don't know if I qualify. But if they do, you bet your butt, I am excited. I will shout their praises, because not only are they quality and were easy to order, but they have a lot of options, and they came like super fast, and we didn't even get like express shipping or anything. We just got standard shipping, and they still came like a week later. We were like, oh my God. So yeah, it's phenomenal to get glasses for under $100, even under $50, and they run sales all the time. So yeah, anyway, I'm excited to see how that works. Medusa Voom. I look like Medusa Voom, or just Medusa and like Voom as an adjective. I don't know, but thank you. There's a grand cross tomorrow. Oh, moon going into Scorpio. Oh, see, Rowan, like this is why I'm so bad. My astrology, I don't keep up with it at all. I just know like the basics. That's it. When that's barely that. I need to get more in touch with it. I really do. I'm a horrible, horrible witch. Like I'm so lazy when it comes to all of this stuff right now. Like my like ceremonies and my Sabbats and all of that is literally just being like, oh my God, it's a full moon tonight. What am I going to do? Put out some moon water. That's what I'm going to do. Did you get my Instagram message? Oh, yes, I did. And I did not respond. So I'm awful. I'm awful with Instagram. Like, I'll see a notification and do that whole thing where it's like, oh, I'll get back to you when I have more time. And then I never get back. So I do apologize. Yes, Transcending Alec, I did get your Instagram message. Thank you so much. Feel like there's tons of attraction and interest being directed at me, and yes, also more uplifting energy in general. It seems to be coming from everybody. That's awesome, though. I mean, if it's wanted, if it's consensual. But yeah, that's awesome. I mean, a better thing than all things negative, right? Oh, yeah, you just got new glasses. Oh, you know what? I've had glasses for like years. Like, we're talking 8+ years, because your girl went through a lot, and there phases of life. So yeah, you got to do what you got to do to get by. You have Ashley, the same Costco. Yeah. Zenny, I've tried Zenny. I had a pair from them like years ago. I think back in 2015 I got it. This is Zeelool, so ZeeLool.com. I mean, I can say, because I mean, it's not sponsored or anything, and they're getting free advertisement, so you're welcome. Oh, thank you, Scarlett. Thanks, Trent. Oh, everybody with the new hair. Yeah. Oh, they look like snakeskin. Oh, yeah. They're kind of like this weird splotchy, clear acrylic type thing going on with the green, and I love it. Too affected by the planetary energies not to be aware. Yeah. Universal. Oh, you got the Universal Folk Oracle ordered? Good. Awesome. I really like it. I used it the other night and I really felt connected to it. I really, really liked it. Like, it immediately told me what I needed to hear. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I got you. All right. I'm going to listen. So yeah, no, I really like it. It's beautiful. And I was sitting there as I, pulled the cards, and I looked at it a little bit deeper and longer than when we did that. The flip through. So it's just gorgeous. It's beautiful. And there are like subtle differences in the skin tones, which I didn't notice with the lights and everything. So it's really pretty. I don't know. I just enjoy different type things. I did do a video, which will be up soon, sooner for the Patreons, but someone requested the Chrysalis Tarot, which is an older deck, and I was blown away by that too. It's just beautiful. They're all paintings that were, put into the cards, so they're just stunning and gorgeous, and it kind of reminded me of that Universal Folk Oracle, and I thought the two of those would be really pretty together. So yeah, just really fun stuff, really beautiful stuff. I'm really excited about all the decks that we've been getting into. I did order the Goetia by Fabio Lestrani tarot, not knowing really what it was about, because I don't really get into demonology or anything like that. However, from the looks of the guidebook, it looks really well researched, and the art looks really stunning. However, it is really like, the imagery is really dark, not dark as in aesthetic, but like dark as in black and white, like dark. So I'm going to be interested into getting into that a little bit more. But yeah, that was really cool to see. Lots of different decks. I pre-ordered a lot. So there's going to be a lot more on the docket coming up of the new decks. Oh, and I just just shot out. So yeah, there's a lot coming. I'm kind of excited about everything that is coming, and I have high hopes for a lot of them. So cross your fingers. Oh, you just ordered the Chrysalis Tarot tonight. It's beautiful. Oh, you bought the Spirit Song Ruin. It is so pretty. It was on sale? Wow. Oh, thank you, Leopoldo. What did I do for Friday the 13th? That was yesterday. I don't remember. I filmed. I filmed a lot. I watched a lot of New Girl. I did not really do much. I did a couple of the affirmations that I normally do, just to kind of connect with the divine feminine. But other than that, I really didn't do much. I had a glass of wine. Like I said, I haven't really been able to keep up with all of the fun stuff that is not this related, working related, I'll say, just because life, I'm trying to catch up with so much stuff that everything else is back burner. But I try to do like little things here and there. I have a routine in my shower that I do, as far as affirmations go, and like just cleansing every time I get into the shower. So that's an everyday thing. I try to make every little mundane thing that I do somewhat magical and bring a little bit of magic into it. But for the most part, I've just been really lazy with it, just because like I'm playing catch up now. And a lot of the times it's too dang hot to do anything. For most of the winter stuff, for like full moon, or so Mabon's coming up, and then we have all of the other, we've got winter solstice coming up. I like to do things outside because we are in California, so it's not really anything but wet every once in a while, which we're in a drought. So this season we might have like full rain of the outdoors. So I like to do things outside and just kind of like sit under the moon when that happens, or have the fire pit going. I like to do a lot of my simmer pots and that sort of thing. But yeah, I've been really lazy. Really lazy. Crystal's out. Yeah. Desiree, oh hi. Oh, you're waking up so early. We've got to find out a different time too, that maybe we can switch things up every once in a while, so you guys aren't like waking up really early or staying up really late. Yeah, we definitely have to figure some different times in and out. Do I wear contacts? No, I am deathly afraid of that, because I have like an issue with trying to put things in my eye, and I would forget that I have them in, so that scares me too. Mystic Shaman Oracle. Oh, that one's really beautiful. I really like that one. That one's a pretty deep one. I haven't really used it in a while because it's kind of deep for me, but I use them for like more introspective questions, more deeper meaning questions, because it is a little bit more of you gotta sit with it for a minute, at least in my experience. Okay, oh, it's 6 o'clock. Okay, so I gotta make sure I check myself, otherwise I will talk forever. All right, so we are looking at the Paolo Barbieri's, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, Unicorns Oracle. I did a video for Patreon, an unboxing of this, but I didn't really like how it turned out, so I deleted it. So now we're doing it here. All right, so this is what the packaging looks like. It's 34 cards. Again, I feel like that's a little too less. I mean, I like a little bit more, but what are you gonna do? This is absolutely not what I expected either. So the back says, a 34 card meditation deck for the soul, from mundane to magical, from transitionary to eternal, an oracle dedicated to the spirit of pure, uninhibited fancy. This retails for $19.95, and it is published by Lo Scarabeo, and it comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 languages. So, amazing. I really do appreciate that with the Lo Scarabeo decks. And we have a ribbon. I don't know why ribbons excite me so much, but I feel like it just makes my life so much easier. Like it's a ribbon, Natasha. Okay, so there's not really much that we need to like look at as far as the guidebook before we flip through. If I remember correctly, I don't think there's any spreads. Okay, along this journey that you encounter a parade of color and fancy, the fabled and timeless path of the unicorn, sought by many, but rewarded to only those deemed worthy enough to welcome fancy and flight into the very core of their being, recalling that which is at times forgotten in this life. Enjoy and dance and laughter in constant motion, but at leisurely pace. Come now along on this journey and witness the wisdom of 34 unique, special, and powerful unicorn spirit guides as each reveals to you their wisdom and a special message for you as you travel your path. Will you heed the call? Okay, and so then the text in the guidebook is by Rachel. Ooh, I just lost the last name. Rachel Paul. I wanted to say Peck, and that I knew I was really wrong. Rachel Paul. All right, here is the back, and it is a gloss, so some of you like gloss, some of you absolutely hate it. I'm of the mind where it doesn't really matter, but I film, so therefore I hate that little ring light glare. And it's just a beautiful, fun deck. I thought it was going to be more of a basic unicorn oracle, but it's not, and I really kind of love that about it. So we have the number down here, not a dragon, and then what it is about. So we have purity for this card. And then, yeah, it just keeps going like not a such and such. So from a distance, you think that it's something else, but it'll tell you, oh, not this, it's actually this. So I really kind of like that about this deck. It's really beautiful. His Star Dragons deck was stunning, so I ordered this after I saw that, or we flipped through that deck. It's absolutely beautiful artwork. Oh, thank you, Patternova. So my experience with Los Scarabeo decks is I find that they're a lot more to the point, straightforward. I don't have a negative experience. I feel like that most of the Los Scarabeo decks tend to lean more on the darker side of things. So for instance, like Tarot of Haunted House, or what's the one that I'm thinking of? Something similar to that, and it's out of my mind right now, but I feel like they're more amazing for shadow work, kind of tapping into the recesses of your mind that you like to just not think about or not deal with. Very straight and to the point, very talking about the now and not like dreamlike, or they're not very gentle either. Not all of them, I should say. So some of them are, but like a lot of them are very much like, this is what's going on. This is what you need to hear. And sometimes they like to scream at me, but everybody's experience with the decks are different. And I absolutely love this one. Like, how precious. So this one's a little bit more on the gentle side. This one is a little bit more like coaxing and will like help you along a little bit more gentler. Is that a word? But yeah, I don't have a problem with Los Scarabeo decks at all. I have a problem with wanting more of the cards in their decks. I feel like the last couple of decks that I have purchased from them, they've been like 30 to 34 cards. This one's stunning. But yeah, see how it's not an actual unicorn, but it like has the unicorn horn or something to that aesthetic. So yeah, hopefully that answered your question. I like the snow unicorn. We usually do those in the winter here in the north. Oh, how fun! Hi, Catalina! Oh, thank you! Welcome! I try to switch up my hair. I really do. It's a thing. My background is cosmetology. That's what I made my living on. And I don't do it professionally anymore just because I physically can't. Which stinks, but I'm kind of glad. I did it way before like social media was a huge thing. I did it before like influencers were a thing. So I'm kind of glad that I got out of it, because from what I hear from my fellow cosmetologists, it's been insane with the amount of demands and people wanting what they can't have and having a hard time coming to the realization that they can't do it for under $100. So yeah, I don't have the patience for that anymore. Sorry. This is so cute. How are you doing lately with Isis deck? I haven't really touched it since we did the flip through. Oh, no, you're fine. Yeah, I haven't really touched it that often. Like I said, I've been behind with everything, so I'm trying to get caught up with a lot of stuff. So with this stuff and then with stuff around the house, and then also I'm going and doing a like I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's similar to a Renaissance fair. But that's this weekend, so there won't be a live on this Saturday. So hopefully I'm going to be able to film the experience, film all of us in costume. It's a big music festival type thing as well, with a lot of like I don't even know what to call the type of style of music that's there, because I feel like there's a bunch of different styles. However, it should be fun. I'm excited to go and get dressed up. I'm really wary about being around that many people though, so no, not LARPing, just more of like, I guess you can say LARPing, but it's not like live action role play at all. Like we're not doing character story arcs or anything like that. You just come dressed up in whatever kind of magical creature you want to be, like a pirate or a mermaid. I'm going as a forest sprite. Absolutely love this card. So yeah. Honestly, I don't really need a day to myself. That's really kind. But like, I'm one of those people that feel like I wasted a lot of time with what happened the last couple of months. So now I'm just like, I need to go and do the thing. I'm very proactive when it comes to getting stuff done. I hate sitting around and doing nothing. That's one of the reasons why I can't deal with meditation. I try all the time, but my meditation really comes from reading cards for everybody, or like doing a daily pull and just like breathing and figuring out what I need to do for the day with myself mentally and spiritually. But yeah, like I have to be super proactive with everything. Like my husband gets really irritated with me because I tend to, if I get an idea in my head or there's something I want to do it now and get it done then and there, even if it's like, not possible, but I'm still like, I want to get it done. It's the hyperfixation thing, man. But like, it's a me thing. I don't expect everyone else around me to do what I want them to do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not imposing that on them. It's a me thing. So like, if I want to go and let's say paint the living room a different color, I will go out, get the paint, come back home. If it's midnight, I don't care. I'm in there painting. Like, that's that sort of thing. This is so beautiful. Like, the artwork is just stunning. Yeah, cosplay. I'm not so into unicorns mostly. They look the same. This is kind of eye-opening for me, which is good. Yeah, I'm not a big unicorn fan either. Like, I like certain things, but most of the time, in my opinion, the things that I see that are unicorn are very cutesy. A lot of the times it's more childlike, which is fine. But it's not necessarily what I would be looking for, which is weird that I got a huge connection to the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. I absolutely love it. It's one of my top decks, actually. So yeah, it's really, really weird. But this deck, however, it's gorgeous. Oh, you're fine, Desiree. You are fine. Yeah, Midsummer's Fairy Tale. That's what we're doing. My brother said I'm like Snoopy. You never know what I'm doing. Yeah, you never really do. Like, I'm of that mindset of like, I get hyper fixated on something, and then if I can't finish it, then it goes into the depths of the unfinished things. Like, it's just ridiculous. So yeah, very, very much need to be moving at all times, doing something, like always with my hands too. I don't know if anybody else is the same way, but like if I'm sitting there watching a movie or TV or anything like that, I need to have something to do with my hands. So most of the time I'm crocheting or coloring or something, doodling. I cannot sit still. I was that way growing up in school too. I would get in trouble for not paying attention because I would be doodling in the margins, but like I still knew what was going on. But yeah, anyway, these are gorgeous. And I never want to go back to a movie theater. I don't know if we discussed this, but like I am so happy with being at home, having the releases come on streaming services. I'm good because that means I can crochet whilst I'm watching the movie. But yeah, these are fun. They're very gentle, very realistic looking. And the few readings that I did do with these on myself were very accurate and they touched me in a different way, if that makes sense. But yeah, they're gentle, but they're not like coddling, if that connects. They don't like wrap you like a grandma in her hug. It's just more like, okay, well, this is what you need to know. You know, don't take it personally. Don't get upset, but, you know, this is what you need to know. They're just beautiful. Like, I need more of this person's art, like, everywhere. This one is adorable. Like, unicorn, kitty, yeti situation, I'm here for it. By the way, hi, cat. What does unicorn symbolize, guys? I'm so disconnected. That's a good question. I feel like I don't have the answer for that because I don't necessarily work with unicorns. A lot of the times it's kind of like a masculine thing because of the horn. Like I'm trying to allude to something that I can't say. So if you want to work with a more masculine energy and more fantastic or fantasy energy, a lot of the times it could be quick moving energy because it is a horse. So kind of like if you connect it to the Knight of Wands energy, to me, that's what I would work with it for. But yeah, I'm not an expert in unicorns at all, so I don't have the answer. I'm so sorry. I'm not big into unicorns, but I relate them to my mom, so they do have sentimental connections. Oh, I love that. I'm mad I bought a Harkins cup in 2020. What's a Harkins cup? I don't know. Wisdom, mystery, magic, creativity. Oh, that's good. Okay. So we've got some connections there with what the unicorns represent. I love it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring it down so don't get seasick. What is that sound effects, Natasha? Stop it. Okay, so there are 34 cards, I think. Yeah, 34 cards. So it's going to be a little less of a satisfying shuffle. Still shuffles just fine, though. We'll keep that out. But I feel like the less you have of the cards, the harder it's going to be to get a nice satisfying shuffle. But it does shuffle really well this way. I tend to do this anyway, so... Okay, you want to be red. Okay. So we'll read for Not a Butterfly, Metamorphosis. But yeah, it shuffles just fine. I don't have an issue with it at all. It's just I want more. I want like a more thick, big old deck, especially since the artwork is so stunning. And I really do like the messages in the book. So we'll read for this. Hopefully you can see. Boop, boop. I'll just bring you up. It's ridiculous, Natasha. I'm sorry for the cleavage shot. I didn't mean to. I really didn't mean to. Okay. So we're going to read for this one. This is the Not a Butterfly Metamorphosis. Just beautiful. And there's that unicorn horn again. All right. So we're going to go find it in the book here. It's number 24. Transformation. All right. Will a caterpillar always be but a caterpillar? Milling through weeds and leaves on her belly and tiny little legs, crawling and wishing and dreaming of scaling even higher heights. Munch, munch, munch. She eats. She spins. She waits. Then she hatches into a new day, a winged marvel of Mother Nature. playing and twirling in the wind. The metamorphosis is complete and the new life begins. And in this, there is more than beauty. There is more than just the power of change. There is a butterfly unicorn, a miracle of every day. So the meditation, oh, that's what that was. I forgot there was a meditation. That was really cool. I enjoy having like an actual thing, a meditative guide in with the card energy as well. I think that's really cool. So join the butterfly unicorn as you take flight through many changes and seasons, always laughing, always growing, always soaring to new heights. What does she say to you about the power of transformation? And then there is an affirmation which says, I am changing, I am growing, I am transforming, I take flight. And I don't know about you, but how I do my affirmations is I do them in the morning, mostly in the shower. But I always repeat them 3 times. Like 3 is a huge number for me. I don't know why, but there's some numerology thing in there somewhere. But for me, I always do things in like 3s. So for my affirmations, if I do them, I say them 3 times and then it feels good. If I shuffle, if I rifle shuffle, like the first shuffle that I did, I do it 3 times. It is weird, kind of OCD, but that's what I do. And then the last little bit here is an action. So plant a butterfly garden, or perhaps just place a simple butterfly-friendly plant in your windowsill. Enjoy the thrill of watching the butterfly unicorn appear in your garden. The wings of change are upon you. So I really like the different little sections for each card. I feel like I always love having an action plan, especially if I'm trying to get to know the deck or get to know the energy of the card. I feel like it's really great to have like an actual thing to do to connect yourself to it. One that's really great with that is the Everyday Witch Oracle. There's some actions in there as well as like rituals. And then the Witchlings Oracle deck has that too. So it's just really cool to kind of connect that way, especially if you're doing like a daily pull. So you pull 1 card a day and say you got this one. Okay, well then do your affirmations while you are reading the card, and then go out and maybe try an action that they recommend. So I think that's really cool. I think it gives you a little bit more insight into the energy that you're reading for, and you get to know your deck in a different, like more personal way. So I really enjoy it. I think that the price point for this is decent. I mean, most Oracle decks are going to be around $19.95 now. That's just like the generic price point. However, like I said, I'm always wanting more than just the 34 or the 33 or the 30, strictly because, again, it just feels more natural to have more. I mean, I don't know. And I don't mind the gloss as far as, you know, as a reader, a tarot reader. However, I just prefer non-gloss or like a light gloss just for filming purposes. That way you don't see like finger smudges or, you know, the reflection in the light, but that's just a personal choice. The cardstock itself, I don't think we touched on it, is your typical Scarabeo published cardstock. It's not terrible, it's not bad, but it's not like high quality. So, I mean, you're not going to destroy it your first go out the box, so that's always great. And also the glossy coating does help protect the cards. It gives them a little bit extra strength. So that's another reason why it's, you know, preferred for some people. They like to have that extra strength to the cards, especially if they use it every day. I think there was another point that I was going to make, but I'm going to open it up to you guys. What do you think? And if you're rewatching this after it, let me know in the comment section what you think. If you already own this deck, what do you use it for? Do you like it? What are your thoughts and opinions? Always, these are just my thoughts and opinions. Doesn't mean if you don't agree with me, you're wrong. It doesn't mean anything. It's just everyone has different preferences and everyone has different opinions and likes and dislikes. I do these videos so that way you can see if you can connect with the deck, if you can If you like it for the price point, if you like it for the quality, I do these just so you guys are more aware of what you are purchasing, and put your money where you want to spend your money. For me, starting out, for those of you who don't know, when I started out in tarot and divination in general, it was very frustrating for me to find a deck, because at the time there were no internet like reviews or pictures or videos, or maybe there were and I just wasn't aware of it. But this was before the before times. So it was very difficult for me to find a deck that I liked, and I didn't want to continually spend money on different decks and just be disappointed. The deck that I learned on, it felt like a chore, it felt like school, and I would put it away to try to bring it out and work with it again, and it just was frustrating. It was hard to learn on it because I wasn't connected to it. So that's why I do these videos, to help you guys learn, to help you guys find what you're looking for, and that sort of thing. So hopefully that makes sense. I don't do these to tell you that there's a right and a wrong, or that you should think that this is great. I do these so that way you guys can get to make your own informed decisions to whether or not you want to purchase it. Let me catch up on the comments. Here in Sweden, girls with Asperger's have unicorn in their thing as their sign to show others. Oh, really? Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's really cool, though. So that way they can like find others that they can connect with. That is really cool. That's really cool. Harkins Theaters has a cup you can bring back and only pay $1. Oh, okay. Okay, we don't have Harkins here. So that's why I was like, what? Are you talking about like a... Okay, now it's making sense. Yeah, all right. That makes complete sense. And now this is in my face. Incense is coming into my face. All right, there are no unicorns references in my country, but they look so happy, rainbow happy. Yeah, here in the US, like unicorns are seen as very happy-go-lucky, positive things. Most of the time it's geared toward kids. Also, there's a saying that goes around here in the US that it's like everything's rainbows and butterflies and unicorns, that sort of a thing, meaning that it's like everything's positive, everything's happy, free, kind of daydreamy. I use that saying quite often. Why are there only 34? It feels like they're cutting down on cards. Sometimes they have reasons for it. I don't know about this one. Sometimes it's a publisher thing that they're only allotting the decks to be X amount of cards. However, there is also like certain cards that have specific amounts due to their sections and how they want to, like a journey through the deck, kind of like how the tarot has a specific 22 major arcana cards. So it's a journey through. So it's a different structure for different oracle decks. But yeah, I'm with you. Like, it doesn't make sense to have like really low amount of cards. But again, there could be many factors that go into it. I'm not a publisher, so I don't really know for sure. I got my Star Dragons Oracle by Barbieri, and I now want this. I honestly love this deck. I think it's stunning. I think it's beautiful. I could sit there and look at the art all day. And to me, that's one of the things that like connects me to the deck is the artwork. I mean, that kind of is pretty much how it works, right? But yeah, it's just really stunning, and it gives you a lot of information, practical information for each card, which I like too. It's not just like one word or like a phrase. It's like, here are these things that you can connect to the card with. So I think that's really great. But again, to each their own. Oh, what is my favorite Doreen Virtue deck? So I don't have experience with all of them, obviously. I got into, well, I shouldn't really say got into her decks because it was always like oh, who is this? So I kind of got into knowing who she was after she kind of denounced her stuff. So I don't really have all of her decks. I have a few that are hers, but Radley Valentine took over. So technically they're hers, but it's his property now, I guess. That's how it works. I don't know. So I only have a couple because I really didn't appreciate kind of like how she just did the community after reading about her. So I was always like, I don't know if I want to work with her stuff. However, I got a couple of her decks just to check it out and see. Honestly, I do like her Magical Mermaids and Dolphins deck. I think the most out of the ones that I have, and I don't think I have a lot. I'm looking now to see what I do have. I think I have the Light Worker. I think that was her. What is that? You can tell I use them a lot. Okay. Oh, I do really like, which we haven't done before, her Animal Tarot. I use this in one pick a card reading, I think, but I really like this one. It's just super cute, and it's an animal deck, so I automatically am gonna like it. But I really like how sweet and cute the imagery is, and I do like that it is very beginner friendly with the messages on the bottom that the cards mean. And the borders are different colors for each suit. So yeah, it's probably one of my favorites. I do like the fairy tarot that she did, but I like this one more. There's just different things that I nitpick on, but that's just me personally. I know people really love her or they really can't stand her, which again, to each their own. But I do like this one. I've worked with it quite a lot just because of the theme. And it's very positive and very fun. And it's not very... So some of her work... How do I want to say this? Because it's not a bad thing. I don't want to ever come across as it's a bad thing. I've just had really bad experiences with the... the word just flew in my head and then went out. But organizations. That's the word I want to say. So more of the Christian type overtones that she uses in some of her decks, which is fine, especially if you are a Christian or Catholic. I never really know if they're all intertwined, if they're one thing. I know they're separate entities or organizations, but I don't know if like that you group them all together. Anyway, so I don't really vibe with the kind of messages that some of her decks have, like her angel decks. However, I kind of grew up in that environment in a way, kind of like adjacent to, so I can understand and relate to some of the imagery and some of the messages. But yeah, some of them, it was a little too much, so I didn't feel like I could connect with the decks as much. That's all. But yeah, her decks are great if you are Christian or in that vicinity and want to connect to the divine or connect with your intuition and use divination, because there's imagery that you can relate to. There's wording and verbiage that you can connect to in the guidebook and on the cards themselves. And if we're talking about archangels, I really, really do like the Radley Valentine Archangel Wisdom. Is that what it is? Yes. The Angel Wisdom Tarot that he authored. So it's very gentle, very positive, and I'm trying to learn a little bit more about that stuff, but I don't ever want to come across as judgmental on it. But the way that I experienced the church situation, it left a really negative taste in my mouth. So like if I ever come across like maybe a little bitter or judgmental, it's not intentional. It's just something that, I didn't have good experiences with it. So I can't really speak too positively on something that if I experienced it and I didn't have a good one, if that makes sense. So I never want to be judgmental. I don't intend on it. It's not intentional at all. It's just that world kind of was not too welcoming for me. So that's all. I've noticed a lot of witches do things in threes, even those that aren't wicked. Yeah, so it's been a thing for me for a long time. Like it doesn't, like if I'm, say for instance, if I'm decorating, like there needs to be like a group of three or five. So if you're laying out your dining table for instance, and you have like candles. So I'll have like 2 candlesticks and like something in the middle, like a little something. It's never just like in twos or in even numbers. Like it has to be, it's there's a word for it in the art community because I looked it up because I'm like, oh, this is like a thing. I've noticed it in a lot of like interior design and a lot of like art, like groups of 3s and groups of 5s. It's something, there's a word for it. And so I'm like, okay, well, then that means I'm like normal because I'm hip, I'm with it, I get it. But yeah, I think there's a lot of witches that do things in 3s. But yeah, it's really interesting. Confused and Funfused 7? I don't understand. Maybe we'll do card pulls in a little bit, maybe. Oh, confused. Sorry, I'm catching up on comments. Yeah, I like Harkins. It just reminded me of Stranger Things. So for a minute there, I was like, is this some cosplay cup that we're talking about that I don't know of? I'm so excited about the new season of Stranger Things. I got hooked on that. 3s and 7s are referenced across, yeah, several different belief systems. 8s too, with relating to abundance. Yeah, 8s, they're the symbol basically of infinity. So it's like if you want to, that's why the 8th of this month was like a huge day for manifestation, was because it 8-8. So it's a huge day, and it was a new moon. So abundance and using your law of attraction. Goodness, you can tell when I start having a little bit of wine, which I've only had a little bit, and I can't function. I tell you what. I tell you what. I can so relate to my first deck was Christmas gift, and I loved, but before my friend brought hers to school, I thought they were just in movies, and there wasn't too many reviews. Not many people are into it. Yeah, that's the other thing too. So growing up kind of like, I'll just say Christian adjacent, because like my family was never uber religious. It was just like they wanted me to have some sort of faith. And there were certain people in my family that were very religious. So, you know, I grew up around it. But yeah, so I was taught that like tarot was like a bad thing. It was like very negative, and it was the devil thing, and like, no, you shouldn't touch it, you shouldn't go near it, that sort of a thing. And so I never did until I was not a child, and I could do what I want. No. But like it also comes with like learning and the age of information, and knowing that like there are certain superstitions, there are certain myths, there are things that, you know, are just in movies and that sort of a thing. So like when you're growing up and you see it on movies, you think it's like some mystical thing, which it is, but like it's, you know, don't touch it. I still won't touch an Ouija board to this day. I still won't. I want to say the Michael Scott quote from The Office. I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. Oh my gosh. I work in autism services in the US. Girls are underdiagnosed here, and it is great for identifying a group you feel safe with. Yeah, I've also learned that, you know, especially in the United States, like it's becoming more accessible to talk about. Like people are like being more forthcoming with autism and ADHD and all of that stuff. Like, and there's certain like signifiers that people will have, like if they're taking their kids out and they have their special like stimming that they do, and other people acknowledge it, that like, oh, that's how they stem, like my son or my daughter does something similar, or that sort of thing. And then you create long-lasting bonds with these people, and I think that's fantastic. It's always helpful, especially when you're going through something difficult and learning something difficult, to have a community behind you. So I think it's great that other people can have identification or like identifiers to other people to, come up to them and feel accepted and feel like they know what's going on. They know, they can help you, they can relate, they can be there, they can give you tips and stuff like that. So I think that's fantastic. We have that too, but sometimes it's an insult. Like, she's always rainbows and unicorns farting glitter happy. Hi, practicing human. You missed the flip through, but that's okay. We're here hanging out. Glad to have you here. Yeah, doing a book right now. The artwork and budget gets you even your creativity based on the specs. Her past life deck is to die for. Okay, so that's the one that I've really wanted, the Doreen Virtue past life deck, because I have seen pictures of the cards and I just was like, it's so pretty. What a wonderful idea for a deck. But I am not paying those prices. I've heard some of her romance angel decks are good for romance readings. I've heard the same thing, and that's the other deck that I would really want. But yeah, I mean, I'm tempted to get a off-brand or a reproduction of it. I'm tempted, but at the same time, it's not the same thing. I do get a lot of comments like, I got this deck and it didn't come with a guidebook, or I got this deck and it doesn't look like yours. So just a side note, if your deck doesn't look like mine that I got from the official publisher, or that doesn't look like the ones that you see at I'm going to say advertised, or the places that are in my links, then you probably got a reproduction deck. If it didn't come with a guidebook and you cannot contact the company for to settle it, for them to send you out one or to make it right, then there's a possibility that it's a reproduction deck. So always be wary about, if the deck price seems too good to be true. Like, if it retails for $30, but they're selling it to you for $10, and it's not giving you the specs, it's not giving you anything, that it should, it's probably a reproduction deck, and you're probably not going to get the guidebook or anything correct in it. I know there's a lot going around on Amazon right now, a lot on Wish, a lot on all of the other sites that you can get things for really inexpensive. So just do your research. I say this a lot. Do your research. I am not going to be able to help you get a guidebook if yours didn't come with it. Always reach out to the place that you bought it. I'm actually having to deal with this right now as well. I bought a deck from Amazon because it was the only place I saw it. And I reached out to the seller, and they right away were like, oh my gosh, it didn't come with a guidebook. Let me go ahead and send you one out. We're going to deal with this right away. Thank you for letting us know. And, it just is as simple as, I didn't know if it came with a guidebook. I didn't know what, whatever the matter is, always be polite, always be kind, because sometimes it really is a slip up or an accident that it didn't come with it. But if your deck does not look anything like the one that I have in my video or anything like that, it's probably a reproduction deck, and you're probably not going to get a guidebook. But if you ordered it from, say, Llewellyn, from Amazon, from something like that, and it is the legitimate one, and it didn't have, if it's missing a card or if it's missing something, reach out to them and they will get back to you, because they usually will do replacements, or they will just send you it out for next to nothing or free. So yeah, anyway, long tangent, but yeah, I don't know even why I got onto that subject. Oh, the reproduction decks. Yeah. So I really liked the idea of the romance angels because it looked beautiful. I liked the concept. But yeah, I don't know if I want to do a reproduction deck for all of those reasons. And I know it doesn't come with a guidebook. And I'm one of those people that really likes to sit with the guidebook and really kind of understand what the author and the artist are kind of meaning behind each deck. It's a weird thing of mine. I want to understand it. As a person born in the Catholic religion, Christian is a catch-all. Okay, thank you. So yeah, catch-all. That's the other word that I was trying to think of. The entities. What are these? Is it an all-encompassing thing? They wear them in bracelets, necklaces, or pin on bags. Oh, that's so great. I know that a lot of people in the U.S. that are part of autism communities, they have the puzzle pieces, but I don't know if that's still a thing. But I am aware of those puzzle pieces being connected to the autism community at some point. And if I'm saying the terminology and everything wrong, please let me know. I know that we aren't really using Asperger's anymore, but we're just saying autism spectrum. If I'm correct, let me know, because I always want to be politically correct. So please correct me if I say anything not right. Religion is like the Pope card, right? Yeah, pretty much. I am very into 5. I'm like this with my number. Oh, that's awesome. I like 5s too. I read in the news that tarot is in Christian communities is getting really common in the USA. Is that right? Actually, yes. There are a lot more people that are that I'm noticing that are coming into viewing my videos that are saying like, oh, you know, I'm a Christian witch, or I'm converting, or like I'm Christian, I'm just starting to use this, I'm getting into tarot for the first time. So it's really cool. Like, again, I'm not trying to be like knocking the religion or anything like that. I feel like tarot is for everyone. As long as you can get past the stigma that there seems to be with them, like anybody can use it. So, you know, whatever your religion is. In fact, there's usually a deck for almost every single deity or religion or some form, right? There's usually something similar, or a deck that encompasses a lot of the different religions. So it's really cool to see that a lot more people are opening up to the idea of it. I really like that. Again, more information and a less stigma in all of these things will help like awaken a lot more people to their own inherent gifts. Because a lot of the times people are interested into something, but like for me, I was always interested in it. Like I said, I like read all the myths, all of the ethos and stuff in elementary school, and I was super into astrology at the time. But now, like in one ear out the other, I can't remember anything. But point being is, I thought that at the time was pushing the envelope. Like, oh, I shouldn't be getting into more of this because who knows? Like, I could be like, you know, that's wrong. So the more information and the more aware that we are about all of these things, the more people can feel relaxed with trying to dive into them. It's interesting to see people that I know that are religious that are accepting of it. They're like, oh, okay, I thought it was one thing, but the way that you're doing it is like, it's not like that at all. Like, yeah, it's not like what you think it is. It's not what you were told in the religion. It's fine. It's perfectly safe. You know, you're not signing a deal with, you know, demons or anything like that. But that's another story for another time. However, I think it's really cool that the more information that is out there and accessible, as long as you're doing your research, you aren't just buying into a lot of different stuff, like back your resources with like credible sources, if that makes sense. So like if you were doing any other type of research for school or anything like that, make sure you're doing the correct research, both sides, that sort of a thing, so you can definitely feel comfortable with what you are diving into. That's all. Oh my gosh, thank you, Leopoldo. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Oh, that's sweet of you. The crazy face. But when out amongst other youth, that could be very comforting. Yeah. Same, being confined with old beliefs. Yeah, sometimes also when you are being told to believe in one thing and you grow up in it, it's hard to make that go away in your mind. Like, again, I'm sure I could probably whip out a Ouija board and be just fine, but in the back of my head, I'm just like, oh no, like we're not going to do that. And for my own reasons, like I'm using that as an example, but for my own reasons, I won't. Anyway. But like for tarot, it took a long time for me to get over that whole like, oh, this is a bad thing, or this is like this, I shouldn't be touching this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to be opening up portals or whatever. So it took a long time for me to like put that to rest and to quiet that thought process. So you do get, you know, those feelings or those thoughts. It's hard to kind of quiet those down when you're brought up a certain way, right? Just like with anything, it's hard to kind of turn that little voice down or off. I don't know, that's me. Tarot might be gaining tractions in some Christian denominations, but most don't like it because scripture equates it to sorcery and fortune telling equals evil. Okay, so you know, I have an issue with a lot of that because I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but I just want to understand. Maybe you guys have input. What was Jesus then? Like, everything that he did would be considered witchcraft. Like walking on water, turning water into wine, or yeah, that whole thing, giving a blind man back his sight. Like, is it okay just because he's seen as holy? Or like, and I'm genuinely asking these questions. I'm not trying to seem like a D word. Because just in my opinion, from what I've seen, like, I think Jesus would have been really cool with tarot. Like, I think he would have been really cool with a lot of the stuff that we do now because it is literally connecting you to a higher power, to the divine, to the universe, connecting you to source. So, in my opinion, I just think that's a little, I think that there's a lot that got lost in translation when the Bible got reproduced and reproduced and reproduced. And when certain entities got a hold of it, I think they added their own stuff to it to make, to repress certain people, to hold down to certain people, and to uplift them. So to uplift the more, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to get into this big thing. I really am not, but like my mind sees a connection and it goes for it. So I mean, in some ways, in some doctrines, in some different communities, the stuff that we talk about is deemed evil. But I think a lot of it comes back down to history. And when we look at history from a objective point of view, what were witches in general? Witches were healers. Witches were people who had knowledge of nature, who had knowledge of the human body, and they were predominantly women. In Christianity, in my opinion, again, don't come for me, Stephanie Harlow. In my opinion, the Bible and Christianity is a tool to keep women down, to oppress them, right? So, you know, it's always about, you know, honor your husband and do as he says. And, you know, this is my experience. This is what I grew up experiencing. So therefore, in my opinion, I feel like a lot of the things that we see as witchcraft, such as communing in nature, such as enjoying nature, such as learning herbs and using them topically. Also, women were midwives. People would come to their healer, their witch in their communities for help with their pregnancy. They would give them herbs and salves and all sorts of stuff to help them, right? Predominantly women communities, women were giving out knowledge and men weren't profiting off of it. So therefore, my opinion, I just see it as another form of women oppression. So anyway, I'm so sorry for these long tangents. Again, I'm not trying to be judgmental because if you believe what you believe, that's fantastic. However, this is just my experience, my personal views on everything. Hi, Mimosa. Nice to see you. You have not, but yay. Oh, you were in Europe? Oh my gosh. Oh, yay. Well, I'm happy you're here, and I hope you had a phenomenal time in Europe. That sounds amazing. I feel kind of sad that a lot of my Native American people are more Christian than not studying in their own culture anymore. I don't want to lose my heritage. That is a topic that I cannot really comment on, but yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of that too could be that they want to feel accepted, right? Because a lot of the times, unfortunately, they aren't seen by the rest of the United States, right? Like, think about how many Indigenous women go missing every year and we don't hear about it. Like, it is not on the news. There's a lot of stuff that happens that we don't get told, and it's not okay. So anyway, again, tangent, and I'm so sorry. So it could be a masking situation. It could be that, but again, I don't really have authority to speak on it because I don't know, but that is sad. I feel like we need to be moving more toward nature, back to nature, learning more how to be sustainable with nature, giving back to the earth, and really, climate change is real. And if you don't believe me, fine, but like, you cannot tell me that every year we don't get more heat. I mean, we've had, like, the month of July, it was record heat every other day. And also California, we live in California, so the fires are worse and worse and worse every year. The sea, I just saw a thing about the salmon, how they are literally dying trying to get back to their home streams because the water is over 71 degrees and they're literally being cooked. So we're going to have issues with salmon coming up soon because they're not spawning. They cannot spawn. So again, this is unprecedented. And if we don't pay attention to what is going on around us, then we don't have anything to, like, we will not have a planet. So I think a lot of this too is a lot of us waking up, a lot of us realizing that, okay, we need to get back in tune with where we came from, like what we need to learn, because right now what we're doing is not sustainable. What we're doing is not doing any good. And again, sorry, long tangent, totally not really related, but yeah. I'm sorry. I was lucky enough to get it before she went off her rocker. Oh, good for you. Sorry if this was answered, but were you able to get the mermaid and dolphin deck? This one? I have it. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry, Mimosa. Why not create your own oracle deck? That is something I do want to do. I want to do my own tarot and I want to do my own oracle, probably multiple oracle decks. I would love to. That's one of the reasons I love you when you flip through and show how flippy floppy they are. I bought a deck and everything looked good, but I could tell, thanks to you, it was not an original. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I'm glad that this is helping. Like, that's the main thing, is just being helpful and sharing my love. I'm so sorry about that. I hate the history of cultural genocide the U.S. has when it comes to Native Americans. I know some of YouTube are using it to preserve culture. Oh my gosh, and TikTok too. I have found some phenomenal TikTokers that are just sharing their culture and sharing their heritage, and it's beautiful. I get chills every time. There's a lot of them that are like funny with it, that are trying to make this like relatable and funny, and there are others that are just like, this is what's going on, this is what's happening, I'm trying to get the word out. So I haven't gone down the YouTube one yet, but do you think I'm crazy if I want Doreen's deck even more now because she has renounced them? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's the thing too, like, it's kind of weird for me that I mean, everybody has their own reasons why they do something and then they are done, whether it's growth, whether it's like it was a mistake. But I don't like how she went about it. It didn't seem kosher to me, if that's a correct terminology. But yeah, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with you wanting the deck after she denounced it, because again, it could be a petty thing, which, yay. I'm here for pettiness. I will go grab my popcorn. But at the same time, like, if you connect with it, you connect with it, and that's ultimately what matters. I totally agree. Oh, I really want all cultures to be preserved to learn from them. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's a huge thing. I think that if we all, I mean, there's certain things that, I wouldn't I wouldn't want preserved. But again, if we don't, how do I want to say that? Like, history has a way of repeating itself if you don't look back and learn from it. So how, like, if your whole heritage and your culture gets, forgive me, whitewashed, and you get colonized essentially, and you have to do everything that another culture does, like, you, in a sense, like, there's nothing left, right? Like, I'm getting way too deep tonight, and I'm so sorry. I gotta, like, stop. But I am definitely I'm definitely trying to use my voice to make sure, especially now that I'm growing, like, that everyone is welcome here, everyone is valid, this is a safe space. I try to do what I can. Of course, I'm not that big, but and especially on TikTok, I'm not that big on TikTok either, but I do what I can. And if there's anybody who has, like, that wants to share, or wants me to mention them, or, like, for instance, if you have a Native American event coming up, or I don't know how I want to even word this, but, like, just reach out to me and we'll figure something out. And or if there's something that I can post or mention, that sort of a thing, just to get the word out, I'm happy to do it. But again, like, email me. We'll figure something out. There are so many individuals with spiritual gifts with a Christian background that are looking for information that isn't covered in scripture. Absolutely, Rowan. Absolutely. Can you please leave this on your channel once the live is done? I really want to hear what you had to say prior to this. Oh, absolutely. It will be uploaded. It'll be, I guess, uploaded. Yeah, that's the word. And then you can go back. There will be timestamps too. Once I figure that out after it's uploaded, I'll edit that in. To where you can skip to the unboxing. And then after that, that's when basically we start chatting. Doesn't it say in the Bible that when the Christians are silent, the stones, crystals would talk, and the three wise men? I mean, I have no idea. I'm not well versed in the Bible. I just know certain things because that was kind of one of the big things that was ingrained, like the certain aspects of it. And honestly, I blocked out a lot of it. Again, one ear out the other. But I blocked out a lot just strictly because, like, even when I was going, I didn't believe in any of it. So it was hard for me to retain the information. So I'm not versed in it at all. I really did try to read the Bible cover to cover. I really tried. I could not. Just couldn't do it. I just kept getting frustrated. I just kept being like, well, why would this happen? Like, too many questions that no one could answer. So I just gave up. And back then, when I was little trying to do that, like, I was in middle school or something, there was no, like, person other than people in the church to ask, because it's not like I could find the information online, at the time. I'm dating myself. Oh my God. But I just got too frustrated, so I just gave up. I was like, well, I got too many questions that you can't answer, and you're supposed to be a leader in the spiritual community, so therefore, or I just get told, oh, you'll understand when you're older, like, patronized. And I'm just like, I want to know now. Like, you're teaching me these things now, and I have questions, and you're not able to answer them? Like, I just don't understand. If you're a spiritual leader, and you're supposed to be teaching me these things, and I'm asking you these questions, frustrating. I'm just hopping on to say thank you for the flip through on the Universal Folk Oracle. I loved it. Oh, you're welcome, Sharon. Oh, I'm so glad. Hopefully you see this. I'm so slow with these comments. I just talk too much. I'm so sorry. I've been into tarot, astrology, Eastern philosophy, psychics, mediumships, crystals, the whole woo-woo for a few years now. Oh, I love that, Dominique. but I'm finding myself return to Christianity with a fresh curiosity that I feel for the first time ever is coming from me and not out of a fear of hell. Awesome. Right. Same with the Ouija board. Don't use because my own negative stigma and I don't want my negative thoughts to give a negative experience. Absolutely. It's all in the mind. Yeah, I would say so. And his first miracle was making wine out of water at a wedding party that had been going on for days. They must have been drinking a lot and he made more. I mean, that's the kind of talent I would love to have. Like, I'm being completely honest. It depends on the quality of the wine I could make too. Like, we don't want no Franzia. Well, I can't even talk smack about Franzia because that got me through a lot of hard times. True being Bible reproduced. Yeah, please leave this video on your channel after the live. I feel like listening to this could help me so much. Oh, yeah, absolutely. All religions have magic. Absolutely. That's the thing. It's when you start calling it evil is when I get a little upset. So my ice has melted in my wine goblet, so cheers. So it's drippy. So if you see me like wet hands, it's the condensation. I overestimated the amount of ice I needed to put in my wine glass. So I agree with you, Natasha. Looking at it historically, it was to preserve the Jewish faith so that the Messiah could come. Personally, Jesus is my person. He is okay with the way we do tarot. Okay, thank you. Awesome. Yes, he definitely was a witch. Also, they gave frankincense and myrrh on his birth. They go see psychics in the Bible. Okay, see, I thought so. I thought I wasn't like making this up in my head. Sometimes I'm just like, I think things and I'm like, okay, is it just me? Tarot is just a tool. It's all about your intention. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for that, Sharon. Thank you. Absolutely. It's just a tool. It's just a tool. That's why I don't get upset if my card bends, if my card folds, if it gets creases, if it gets, smudged up, because it's a tool. And again, it shows that I've been working with it and it gives it character. It gives it, like it's a extension of me. So like my everyday witch tarot is so banged up. It's so scuffed. It's got creases. I know what card that crease is, but like I still use it because it's an extension of me. It's a tool. It's your intent. Just like every tarot reader is going to probably give you a different reading so say you have the same 3 cards as I, but I might see something different than you in the reading. So it's just all about the feeling you get, your intuition, and what you see, what you feel out of it. It's just a tool. If you want to make it evil, if you want to make it something, scary, then that's you doing it. But again, yeah, it's just like anything else in the world. A hammer can be a tool for good, or it can be a tool for something scary. That's just the analogy. I watched too much true crime. I'm so sorry. Your experiences and opinions are valid. Thank you. Thank you. Why does Jesus get praised for walking on water, yet women that play with herbs, we get burned? Can't say male domination isn't at play. Yup. Speaking of Jesus, there's actually a whole other perspective on it from the Al-Quran, saying that he didn't actually die. Not that I trust in either, but I really love seeing the correlation between. I'm so grateful you're sharing this. Oh, I'm glad. Different religions and different beliefs. Absolutely. And that's why I'm saying I'm not trying to be judgmental because your beliefs are valid. However, it's just me questioning things because that's how I've been my whole life. I will sit there and ask why. In fact, that's one of the things that my mom would get frustrated with me with, because every time she told me something or asked me to do something, I would ask why. The Gemini. So yeah, I always have to know the reasoning behind something. And so when going through that community, I just never felt connected. I never felt like I really belonged, and I just questioned it. There was too many questions that went unanswered. So your beliefs are valid. I'm not saying that it's wrong to believe in one thing over the other, because absolutely not. In fact, for me, honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I do believe that there's too many similarities within every single religion. So it doesn't matter who was first or what or when, but there's just, there's a universal theme throughout every religion. And so to me, that's really cool to research. So, there's so many cool similarities between all of these different religions. And the time that they came about, we were all not communicating with each religion or the culture. Same with the pyramid situation. Like, they were all built around the same time, and they had no trade routes with each other to tell the other how to do it or where to do it or what to do. It's just fascinating. So all of these things, I'm sure, have a connection somewhere, or maybe we're all part of a simulation. Who knows? All I'm saying is that, everybody's valid. I just have questions. That's all. Yeah, I agree that men that sought power made strong women healers into witches. Absolutely. And again, it's all about that psychology, where if one person, or if a group of people are all doing something similar, the same thing, and one person isn't, this one person will do anything to fit in and do the thing. So for instance, with the Salem witch trials, everybody didn't want to get caught that they were lying. And so they all pinned everybody else against everybody else so that they didn't get caught. Big old thing, right? So psychology is fascinating, especially when it comes down to religion. Again, I'm no expert on any of this, but it's just fascinating to see the correlations between all of it. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Mary Magdalene deserves acknowledgement. Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, my stance, that type of work is valid work as well. So I don't know if I can say that on here, because YouTube is crazy with the verbiage. So if you use your body for your work is valid. I think, we've been doing it for centuries, us women. So it's valid. And if you can make an income out of it and you are comfortable and you're doing it consensually, awesome. It takes a certain type of person to be confident and bold enough to do that, and more power to you. I'm only speaking on what I have experienced. I have strong ties in a conservative Christian group, and this is their view. Not saying I agree with it, because I don't. Energy equals everything equals magic. Absolutely. Thank you, Natasha, for sharing your strong women with lovely intuitions on your platform. Oh, thank you. Oh, I appreciate it. That's very nice. Thank you. Hi, Mermaid Bay Tarot. Oh, group hugs to you too. Greta approves. Yes, that deck. I was asking, where did you get it? Oh, I can only find the knockoff version. Where did you find the original? To be honest, I don't even know if this is the original, because as you can see how it's printed down here, it's off printed. I found this on Amazon. So this was like a year or two ago, maybe. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. But it does look like it's, the deck. It came with the guidebook, but the guidebook is weird. It's stapled. I've never really had a Doreen Virtue guidebook that was stapled, and it does have everything in it. So I really don't know if it's a knockoff. I want to say that it's not, but again, I don't know, because I did get it after all of that, after she denounced and all of that. So I don't know, but everything seems to be legit. However, I don't know if it is, but I found it on Amazon. If you can't find it on Amazon right now, I don't know, maybe Etsy or eBay. But again, just check your sources, because I don't know if it's a knockoff or not. Billionaires need to stop trying to colonize another planet. Absolutely. And start living on the one that was given to them. And fix it. That's all I'm going to say on that situation. I have very, very strong opinions on all of that. And I think that may be for another time. But all I got to say is, why are you going to pay billions of dollars to just be like still in Earth's atmosphere? You did not go to space, Bezos. Yeah, hovered for all of 10 minutes. Think of how much the world could have used that, especially in this time. All I'm going to say. The connections I have don't like tarot. I'm technically still on membership roles that I could be disciplined or excommunicated from because I use tarot and oracle and have energetic gifts. Oh god. So hopefully you aren't using like your real name with this, just in case anybody sees it. I just got Oracle of the Unicorns by Cordelia Francesca Brabs, and it's gorgeous. Popped in to see this deck you're showing. Oh! Well, we already went through it, but this will be uploaded so you can see it afterwards. It's just beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love the illustrations. And it's not quite like a deck of unicorns. It's like unicorn spirit guides. So they kind of take shape in different ways. Doreen's Mermaid deck is the only original deck that I have. Oh, you're so welcome. Can you leave these live comments on the video too? I can't. So yeah, that's why I read them out. I thought that they stayed on the upload, but they don't. I don't know why they don't, because it's not like yeah, I don't really know why they don't stay. I have everything switched on for the live, so I don't know. I haven't figured that out. I really don't know. All I know is like the ones that leave a comment and like the super chats. I think those show up in the videos when they're uploaded, from what I've seen on other people's lives when they re-upload. So yeah, it's not like on Twitch, where if you upload that, the live comments will be on the side. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still learning all the ins and outs, because YouTube likes to update things and switch things around on the studio side of it. So I do apologize. Yeah, I just could not get into it when I was younger. I tried from ages 4 to 15 to be Christian, and it wasn't authentic, so I dipped. But now I feel curious about Abrahamic God. You know, when I was little, I always wanted to get into Kabbalah as well, because like all the celebrities were doing it. Like there was a big Kabbalah thing, and my mom's like, I don't even know what that is. Like, why would you? I was like, because Madonna. Christ, when told to silence his followers upon entering into the heart of the city for Passover, he said that if he did the very stones, he would cry out as a testimony of him being the Son of God. A card pull about my possible future from this deck. I think we lost the subject a little towards the deck. Oh, hi, Leanne. Yes, straight hair. Oh, thank you so much, guys. Let me just catch up on these comments real fast, and then I can pull a card from the deck. We can see if you guys want readings from this specific deck. And then after that, we can bounce, because we are getting a little long here. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. I'm so sorry. Okay, the 3 wise men were astrologers that found the day, place, and time Jesus were born. Oh! The first miracle Jesus performed was for a woman. The first person he revealed his divinity to was a woman. The first person who saw him resurrected was a woman. Jesus was anti-establishment. Oh, absolutely. I believe in that. Have a great night, Panther Nova. I'm sorry if I missed you. Have a great night. Thank you for hanging out. I've done a lot of study of the Christian faith Bible and taught it. I just had so many unanswered questions. Learning more about tarot, there was so many universal symbols, including Christian. Yes, I agree. 100%. I believe all religions are pointing to the same source energy. See, okay, that's what I think. Absolutely. I feel like, sorry, I know we are on this long tangent, but like this is like the only time I can talk about this kind of stuff. So I find it really super intriguing and interesting because I do feel like there is just like one source and we all interpret it differently. Like we've all experienced it differently. We've all come to our own conclusions of it differently. And so therefore, like, yes, I do think that we all branched out from experiencing this. And then again, tangent, but like I've been diving into the UFO files on Netflix, and I find it fascinating because again, the whole concept of like people not being ready to hear this information or not being ready to like know what really is out there could in turn mess them up with their religion and then them feeling like lost and everything is unexplainable. So yeah, I definitely feel like that's a thing too when it comes down to source. Like everybody interprets it differently. So who knows? Maybe the aliens are source. I don't know. But like the point being is like everybody had to interpret whatever they were experiencing super differently depending on culture, habitat, lifestyle, all of those things. And so like there's a reason why everything feels connected yet different. I feel like there are many paths with one final destination. It will be so cool. Doesn't matter how we climb the mountain. I'll see you at the top. Yeah. I have an original Mermaid Dolphin Doreen date says 2003 on the back. Maybe there's on the back of yours. 2003. Copyright 2003. I never said I thought tarot was evil. I'm only sharing what has been shared with me. People have told me to my face that it was evil, that I'm evil because they don't know I do tarot. Oh no, I'm so sorry. That really sucks. People can be so cruel, especially if they don't know, like, or know you. Like, ugh. YouTube changed it because I remember I could see the comments from your older live sessions. Oh, really? I know there was comments after I uploaded it, so I don't know. Some YouTubers use StreamYard to do lives and it leaves the comments. Not sure how it works. Oh. I'm going to have to look into it because, yeah, it would be nice to have your guys' comments. I feel like we're all hanging out. This is fun, to be honest. People happy to be here with you guys. Oh, yeah, same. I love these lives. I feel like it's just like a kind of like a round robin. Oh my gosh, another dated term where we all just sit and talk and converse about whatever comes up. I love it, especially since like, again, I don't get to do this. I literally like have been since 2020 started stuck in the house. Like I don't go and do anything really because especially now, I'm kind of worried about the event coming up. But it's nice to have like a full-on conversation with a lot of people. It feels like we're all sitting around at a table. I miss those times. You have such an uplifting energy. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Same. People even close to me, an evil ritual. Yeah. Listen, here's what I've come to accept. This is just me personally. There are people that I will share my life with as far as what I do, and there are people that are just they know surface level. And normally I'm pretty good about like telling who those people are, just vibes. But also I have learned that how I want to share my energy, who I want to share the energy with. So therefore, if you are not accepting all of me, then I will choose not to share or be around you. And sometimes it's a very difficult decision, but it's also a protection thing. You're protecting your own energy, you're protecting your own psyche, you're protecting everything. So if, again, it comes down to how your relationship is. I mean, obviously there are certain relationships such as like, you know, family and in-laws and that sort of a thing that you might have to deal with that a little bit differently. But when I'm talking about coworkers or friends, you can keep them at arm's length if you want to, or you can choose not to keep them around at all anymore. And sometimes that's a really difficult decision to make, but if they look at you and see something that you're not, are you really wanting to be friends with them? Are you really wanting to share your energy with them at that point? Because then it comes to what can you talk about? What can you do with them? What can you feel like? Do you feel like you can express yourself? Do you feel like you can be who you are around them? Because as we get older, time starts getting away from us in certain ways. So, this year just went by so quickly, and then, you realize who have you talked to? What have you communicated with all of your friends? So, especially if you have kids, if you have responsibilities, you can't really reach out to everyone that you used to, say, like when you were in high school or your early 20s. So, it's important to have connections with people who want to be connected to you, because again, it's an energy exchange. So if you have people in your life that only bring negativity or judge you or don't accept all of you, to me, it's not worth it. To me, it's a deal breaker, because again, I only have X amount of time in my day. I have an energy level that I want to keep. And if you're only going to bring me down or put me down, then, or not accept me, then why am I your friend? Relationships of any type are give and take. And if you are in a relationship where you are always giving and they're always taking, that's not a balanced relationship. It's not something that I want to be in. And I feel like we all can relate to that in some way. So protect your energy, protect what you share with people. And immediately, I'm sure most of you will know what you can and can't say to other people as far as opening up. Obviously, there's going to be coworkers that you just cannot say anything to. And then there are coworkers that you feel like they're family and you've known them forever and you just open up right away. So just be wary about what you say, because again, even if you want these people in your lives and to be an open book, sometimes you give away a little bit of your power that way. So I want everyone to feel empowered. I want everyone to feel loved, and I want everyone's energy to be protected. So that's why when you come on this channel, when you come anywhere in my social network stuff, you are supported, you are validated, you are loved, you are lifted up regardless of your background, regardless of your age, regardless of what you look like, any of that, what you believe in. You can believe in some crazy stuff, man. I mean, I've pretty much seen it all at this point, and you're still valid. So just protect your energy, because again, you're valid, and don't let anybody take that away from you. Absolutely not. I will fight. Brave heart. I love these lives. I don't get to talk about these deep things and be honestly who I am. Oh, well, we love having you here, Rowan. You're a phenomenal mod. I appreciate the crap out of you. So yeah, again, like, I'm glad that these help you guys too. Because I don't really get to talk a lot about this kind of stuff in my videos. I really like having them on live, because then we can have like a real-time discussion, and I love that. And I also really love hearing your guys' thoughts and your guys' opinions and your experiences. Again, we learn from each other. We learn by listening. We learn by, following in another person's footsteps. We learn by putting ourselves in those person's footsteps. This is what a time to be alive, right? Where we can get information real time, and we can connect with anybody all over the world, and really understand each other's differences and accept each other for who they are, and just be a community. I think back just 20 years ago about how we were just starting with this whole, information highway type thing. It's just so surreal to me, and I feel like I'm dating myself with every single analogy that I've said here, but it's just phenomenal. And we can choose to use this as a tool for acceptance and for community and love, or we can choose to use it for not so good things. And so I choose to spread positivity. I choose to be accepting, and there's going to be awful times. There's going to be not so good situations. And, it's important for me to be that person that if you feel safe and you need a place to feel safe, that I'm here for you for that. But again, I'm not that kind of practice super positivity all the time, everything is rainbows and butterflies, because I acknowledge that it's not. But if you need a safe space, this is a safe space. So sorry, people fear the unknown or what they are conditioned to believe about tarot. I've heard it's evil my whole life. Yeah. It's so hard when you know it isn't. Yeah, same. This actually helps me with my own belief on my practice. Too many skeptical people in my life. Yeah, that's true. Love this community. Not many people around me understand. I felt really alone in my path the past few years. Oh, I agree. Tarot is a spiritual practice for me. When I read tarot, I am communicating with the divine. Thanks. Oh, yeah, spiritual and reconnecting with spirit. Yes, absolutely. Tarot, I wish that we all can gather together and talk about spiritual stuff and practices together. Yes. Bad people are installing a pipeline across the Mississippi River called Pipeline 3. I ask that the good people send prayers and love to the water protectors trying to stop it from happening. I heard that this was going on again, that they're trying to pass a bill to get around it or something. So yeah, if you guys can do some research on that and maybe reach out if there's a petition, Trip, maybe if you have any links or information, when this live is done, if you want to put them in the comment section, if you have them. If not, that's not your responsibility, but that would be amazing just to get that out there too. Again, pipelines through sacred land drives me crazy. No, absolutely not. We've seen the damage it does. We see what happens. Like, oh, sorry, I will stop. Thanks for the appreciation. It helps my little heart fill up. You are loved. You are absolutely loved. Absolutely. My little dark heart and black soul. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, so I can pull a card from this deck to see. Now I forgot who asked. I'm so sorry. Was it Leopoldo? Did you ask first, hun? I'm so sorry. I lost your comment about what was it job? Pull from this deck and see what goes on. Just let me know, and then we'll probably do a couple people if you guys want from the unicorn deck, and then after that we'll get going because I gotta go tend to my children, my puppy children. Oh, can I just tell you guys about the crazy dream I had last night? Because like I had a really, really realistic dream and it was crazy. So I dreamt that I came home, or I dreamt that my husband came home. I was sleeping. I couldn't sleep. So I went downstairs. And so he was at the table, and we have a door on the inside of the house that goes into our little tiny laundry cubicle that then leads to the garage. So there's like a little tiny hallway essentially. So that door, the laundry door, was closed, and it never is. And so I had asked him, I was like, well, why is that door closed? He goes, oh, it's a surprise. I was going to wait until you woke up in the morning to show you. And I hear all of this noise coming from the garage. Like, okay, well, now I'm worried, like, what's going on? And so he's like, okay. So he opens the door, and I see like all of these animals just in the garage. So, and they're all baby animals. So I have like 3 kittens just mewing around in the garage. And then I have like 3 puppies, 2 or 3 puppies of all different breeds, just crawling around and doing the little sound. And then I see a baby llama. Then I see a baby elephant, which was like this big. And then, of all things, a baby bear cub. And so I look at him and I'm just like in disbelief because, I mean, that's not something you expect to see. And I'm like, what is this? What's going on? He's like, oh, all of these animals needed a home. So I figured we could take care of them. And I'm like, okay, that's fantastic. But like, that's a bear. What are we going to do with oh, don't worry about it. We'll find a sanctuary for him. But like, it was kind of an all or nothing deal. Like, I had to take all of them. I'm like, how did it fit in your car? How did all? And then, so I ended up like, you know, going and snugging with all of the animals and like getting to know them and trying to figure out names for all of them. But I'm still in this like shocked disbelief. And then I wake up and I like woke up so disappointed. I was just like, damn, like I don't have all of these animals. I'm so upset right now. But I'm like, a bear and an elephant, like, and to be fair, did not watch anything that day to trigger this. And so I told it to my husband and he's like, well, maybe we just need to get more animals. I go, no, that's not the point of the dream. Okay, Leopoldo, yes, okay, and then Dominique, okay. Let me just write it down. Okay, so that's an order. Okay, so my dreams have been insane too, Dominique. Like for the past, yeah, I've had nightmares. Like I don't even remember what they are. Okay, Mimosa. I just did a reading asking what the flip my dreams try to tell me. Thank you, Rowan. Awesome. Dominique. Okay, got you, Dominique. So it's just going to be Leopoldo, Dominique, and Mimosa. That's what I have got. Yes, out of the... Oh, and then Mermaid Bay. Okay. Okay, those four. Okay. So I'm just going to pull from this deck that we flip through, this unicorn deck, and see what's going on. And these glasses are sliding down because I'm sweating. They are not wanting to pop out tonight. Okay, hold on. There we go. Ooh, we got Roots. And now that song is stuck in my head, like the roots. I've got roots, but my home was never on the ground. So sorry. I am so sorry. It's been a while since I've been to karaoke. All right, so not a tree, Roots. You take shade underneath a beautiful tree along your journey, resting along your path. The boughs sway in the wind with a calm and soothing sound as the branches shudder and twist to take a new form. This is no tree, it is a unicorn. The unicorn tree enfolds you in its shade and wraps its roots around your feet. You are loved and supported. So, affirmation here is, I am firmly rooted, held, and supported. I am nurtured in every step I take. So if you are looking for like a yes, or if you should do what you were going to be doing, I would say that this is a good sign. This is a good yes sign for you. If you want a meditation, it says, feel the earth beneath you as the spirit of the unicorn tree invites you to lay and rest among its mighty roots. Allow yourself to let go and be held and supported. Stay here for as long as you wish. You are never alone. All right. I like it. Okay. Then we got Dominique. Something going to the stars. Oh, you are so sweet, Dominique. It's unnecessary, but if you feel the need, that would be lovely. Oh gosh, now it's stuck in my head. Okay, that one jumped right out. Not a deer, Harmony. So pretty. Did I show you yours, Leopoldo? Did I show you yours? That was yours. So gorgeous. Okay, so Dominique. I'm all over the place today. I'm so sorry. Not a deer, harmony. I love that. All right, transformation. Along your path, you see the seamless movements of a deer in the woods, completely in harmony with his surroundings and one with nature. Silent, still, graceful, and harmonious. As you take the time to appreciate the deer, he takes on a different form. This is no ordinary deer, but the fabled deer unicorn. So, affirmation: I am one with the world, walking my path with grace and power. All things are in harmony. And then your meditation is: imagine yourself moving through the wilderness with the grace and power of the mighty deer unicorn. Feel your harmony with the world around you. Enter into the deepest clearing of the forest. Ask for a message about manifesting harmony in your life. What do you see there? So if you need more balance in your life, focus on that. Or if you're asking about, or if you're wanting to know about if something's going to come into fruition or if something's right for you, definitely it should be, because harmony is definitely one of those things of balance. And I lost a nail. And to go with what makes you feel whole and supported. Yeah. I'm having dreams with repeating archetypes. Need to do some shadow work. Absolutely. Bye, practicing human. It was so nice to see you. Have a great night. Oh, I'm so glad, Dominique. I'm so glad. Healing earth energy in both cards. Absolutely. I love that. We were talking about earth a lot today too. So I'm wondering if it's like a theme going on. All right, mimosa. I got these like pressed on nails that you just glue on because, again, I am not braving the nail salon. And I got them in a shorter, like a shorter size so I can, you know, function, and they still pop off. I'm so hard on, like, with my hands. It just never fails. Okay, sorry. Off topic, tangent. I know. I apologize. All right, Mimosa, let's get you a card. Okay, that's too many cards. Can we just get one card, please? Not the whole deck. There we go. Another earth card. All right, we got Not a Stone. Simplicity. Look at how cute that little guy is. Ugh, that little stone just cracks me up. Like, what a playful energy this is. I love it. Okay, so Not a Stone. Simplicity. So transformation. Kick it up the street or weed or what? Kick it up the street or weed around it in the garden. Oh, so like play in the garden. Stub your toe or take an extra careful step. Oh, this thing? It's just a rock. It just took millions of years to form and lays the foundation of every building I've ever known. Wait, could this be a miracle? Suddenly, even the tiniest pebble is significant. The humble and simple rock takes on a new shape, because a rock can transform into a rock unicorn. It's just a matter of acknowledging the beauty of the little things every day. So meditation, imagine you are very small, sitting among the blades of grass. The unicorn rock appears. Though but a pebble, she looks at you and laughs. Are you remembering the little things? Your affirmation, there is magic in the simple life. The little things mean so much. I love that. So yeah, make sure that you don't overthink everything. That's what I'm getting. Make sure that you take time out for play and remember that not everything has to be a huge deal. Ground yourself in that knowledge and know that, you know, the little things are important too. Sometimes we do get so caught up in like the big picture and rush and like get to the next thing, or get to the next achievement, that sort of a thing, when sometimes it's just like, if once we take a step back and we're like, oh, I forgot that that used to make me happy, or I forgot that used to make me smile, or, you know, this used to be a fun thing for me to do, or I can't believe that that's in my life. So, yeah, definitely another little bit of earth energy, which is interesting. Yeah, so simplicity. I don't know if that resonated, but that's the card that we got for you. All right. You are so welcome, Dominique. I'm actually so attracted to earth sign energy. My husband is a Capricorn. I manifested my Virgo twin cats into my life. Oh my God. My readings have been having, with my psychic, have been pulling a ton of Pentacle suit cards. Oh, that's so interesting. I'm a Cancer and I do be loving my Virgo Capricorn Taurus folk vibrations. That's so cute. You are so welcome, Ethan. This is awesome. Love the synchronicities. This live made my day. Oh, Ethan, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. If it helps, if it makes your day a little bit brighter, that's what I'm here for. All right, and then Mermaid Bay, I've got a card for you. So let's see what comes up. I really like this Oracle deck. It's just, it makes me smile. I really like the decks that make me smile. If you haven't checked out my Gentle Tarot deck compilation, like, those decks all make me smile. All right, Mermaid Bay. Can I get a card for Mermaid Bay? There we go. Oh, kind of earthy. We've got Beauty. I love, love, love this card so much. It's just gorgeous. I have a thing with peacocks and llamas and dolphins. Those are like my 3 animals. It's ridiculous. Okay, so not a peacock, Beauty. All right, let's see. I remember reading this card. All right, transformation. What beautiful plumage. Feathers of color and whimsy. They are pretty birds, aren't they? But the peacock, parading in all its beauty, is magical. Look closer and see the peacock unicorn. Beauty is everywhere, in all things. It is not only easy on the eyes, but also a miracle of color, light, and vibration. Enjoy the beauty all around you as the peacock unicorn draws near. So, meditation is the peacock unicorn appears and enfolds you in her colorful feathers and grace. She hands you a mirror to gaze upon your own face. What do you see? And then the affirmation is, I am beautiful in every single way. So, ma'am, if you were having some self-doubts or if you are self-critiquing, knock it off. But also, this is another, like, find the simplicity was the last card. This is also find the beauty in life. If you're feeling stressed out or if you're feeling like things are getting a little too much, find the beauty in the everyday. Find the beauty in a routine. Find the beauty in, you know, knowing that you are accepted, that you are valid, that people love you, that sort of thing as well. And again, I always have to say, when it comes to beauty, it's not always about the exterior. It's also about how you feel inside and who you are inside. So I love a peacock because not only is it vibrantly colored, but the feathers are so magical. I use them in a lot of different ways. They were in my wedding, actually. But also, it's very interesting that it's the male that has all of the bright colors and the superficial kind of standard beauty standards that try to get the attention for the very plain peacock. Are they hens? Considered hens? The female peacocks. So they have to look all magnificent and magical for the female and impress the female. So I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. I lost my train of thought. But peacocks are amazing creatures. But so again, that's where I was going. The concept of like societal standards for beauty is not what this is talking about, really. It's about like finding the beauty in the everyday, because the peacock isn't your society expectations of beauty, right? It's not, you know, the women aren't making themselves up for the female birds aren't making themselves up for the male birds. So I don't know how this relates to you, but that's what I'm trying to say. This oracle is growing on me because of the meanings. Absolutely. Oh, you love peacocks? Oh, yay! What a great card for you. I'm a Sag, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, and Rising, always transforming. Oh, thank you. Your energy is beautiful. Oh, well, I'm glad. I really like this deck. I think it's stunning. I think it's great for a card pull a day. I know we got way off topic. But yeah, I think that was everybody. And with that being said, we are at 2 hours. Oh, I'm so happy to have gotten to chat in this live with you and everyone else. Thank you and blessed be. Absolutely. Same here. Righty. Well, with that being said, thank you all so much for hanging out and spending time with me. I appreciate every single one of you. You guys are all amazing and fantastic human beings, and we are all just trying to get through this crazy thing we call life. Prince. Thank you so much, and you guys have a great rest of your week, and hopefully I will see you Wednesday for our next live. All right, guys, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.